Hey everybody, so in today's weekly lesson video we're going to be looking at not abandoning your chords or notes. So this lesson is brought to you by both Autumn and Hayden. Autumn is learning that riff that I just played for you, which is one of the ones from my upcoming stuff. Tonight in Hayden's lesson, we were working on a My Chemical Romance tune where he was quitting his chords early to get to the next one. So this one's thanks to them. What I mean by abandoning our chords or notes is while we're playing, we will sort of quit playing the chord we're on in order to get to the next chord. So what I mean by that is if I'm doing a chord change between G and D, instead of making a smoother transition, I'll let go of G on, say, beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've all been guilty of this at one point or another, especially during the learning stages, and then it becomes a bad habit in a couple of our chord changes, and then it carries on later down the road, and then we got to go back and fix it. So I'm here to help you try to fix that now before it gets in there too deep. So this is one of those things that shows you the difference between the really good players and the good players. The really good players are capable of sustaining their notes and chords as long as they're supposed to be held for. And then the good ones are really good at like keeping it super close to that and maybe not abandoning it too early, but they're still doing it. And there's a connectivity and a fluidity that comes with being able to sustain this stuff long enough. So with working on the notes and chords today, I have a real simple exercise to do this. Today we're just going to do some simple chords. So G, we'll do even easier ones. We'll do G, C, Ed 9, and D. And then we'll talk about it as notes as well afterwards. So all you got to do is get yourself a metronome. This one's set at 70. And this might be kind of quick for you at first. You might want to knock it back to 60. But all you're going to do is you're going to play G, C at 9, D, C at 9, G, okay? And what we're doing is I want you to try to not let go of the chord until you have to play the next one. So what we should get is not letting go will sound like this. And then letting go would sort of sound like this. So you can see in that one how I'm sort of moving my fingers to the chord before I have to get there. Alright? So what I want you to do is we're going to try it again. We're going to do G, C at 9, D. And I want you to hold on until that click happens. Okay. We're going to try to do the same thing with our notes. So we're going to do a little 1, 2, 3, 4 thing. Let's do this, I don't know, on the 5th fret. Okay, we'll just do it on the top string, the E string, string number 6. And I want you to sustain that note until the next one. Same thing backwards. So the opposite of that would be letting go or putting your fingers down too early. This one's a really easy culprit to pick up on because if you're coming on too early, it'll turn into a hammer-on, which we've talked about before. So the purpose of this exercise is just putting it on a 1-beat count and working through the chord change. G, C, and D are good. Move on to, I don't know, C, F, and G. Maybe you want to do some bar chords. Whatever chord you're picking, just focus on it being one full beat. Same with your notes. Maybe you're going to actually do Jeopardy. Try to sustain it as long as you can. trying to drop the notes. So all we're looking for is that connectivity or that fluidity between them, okay? So I'm going to turn that off because that's annoying. Like I said, I had it set at 70. You might want to do 60. Whatever chord you feel comfortable with. If it's G, C, D, C, F, G, D, G, A, doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel good about. And one beat, try and sustain it for that full length of time. Once you can do this exercise, then start applying it to your songs. Okay? So hopefully you find this is a neat little trick that's sort of difficult to maybe get started on, but once you gain control of that, your chord changes will be faster because you'll be sustaining them longer and learning how to move the fingers quicker versus teaching your fingers to just take whatever time they need to. Your note playing will become smoother when you're trying to improvise and do some soloing stuff, and you're probably going to find that your pace of learning your songs goes by a little bit quicker as you start to build some better muscle memory for everything. So hopefully you find that helpful and handy. Happy practicing through the week with it, and I will try to get back on a riff of the week thing next week over on my page and get the lesson video out on Monday. So have a great week, everybody. Happy practicing.